loves, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my channel is primarily based on functional planning, and I do notice that there are quite a few new people that have joined, so welcome. Today's video is going to be an update with my classic happy planner. You guys know I've been using the classic happy planner now for the last couple of months since I ruined my plum planner stuff, and yes, it has been a whirlwind of challenges. Definitely took some getting used to, but I think I found my niche, at least for now, that is. So this month I was actually planning to pull October's month out of the original classic happy planner that I purchased, which was the dashboard layout from the Homesteader planner. And I had set that up. This is the month here. I had set it up. I had grand intentions. I did do a flip of the current planner, the layout that I'm using, which is the checklist layout. But I went in and I set this up, and I really contemplated before doing this, and I thought that it was going to be suitable for me, but it turned out that it wasn't really fitting the need. So I did my trackers and everything. I put in all my reminders, my son's appointments, and then I got to the first week. And also, if you didn't get to see that video, I added one of these little routine tracker sheets in between all of the weeks. I want to make sure that my camera is still focusing. Okay, so yeah, I ended up adding in like these little routine trackers in between all of the weeks. And I'm going to be blatantly honest, this did not go well with me for the last couple of days that I've been using this. I just felt like I was cramming in information, and it's odd to me now because when I was using this layout back in, here, let me move some things out of the way. When I was using this layout back in August, I don't know, I kind of felt like I had a crap ton of things happening for this month, but I also felt very productive and like everything fit, and now it feels like nothing fits. Granted, I did add these little mini happy planner sheets. I'm making sure that I'm in frame. Let me zoom out just a little bit. Okay. Granted, like I said, I did use these little mini happy planner sheets to extend things. So when I ran out of space for stuff, I obviously had, like filler sheets. This is a very productive and very busy week. And as you can see, I tipped in stuff and I fit things where they needed to be. But for some reason, this time around, when I was trying to do what I had done in August, it was just not working for me. Like the layout in itself was just not working for me. So I made a conscious decision to pull this. Now, this is the layout that I was using all of last month and what I'm going to be going back to. When I originally started using the checklist layout, the beginning of September, this was trial and error. I didn't really know how to really navigate these boxes, and it took a while to kind of figure that out. But once I figured it out, it definitely just works for me because, like I said, the plum planner is very similar to this, minus the fact that there is a habit tracker up here at the top for the version that I had, and then also a box here for reminders, notes, or whatever. So yeah, I like this. I feel like this is a lot of space, even though it's kind of crammed. but it is a lot of space and I'm able to get a lot of things in here. I'm using the top section for like appointments and reminders. I have a small checklist, and then this bottom part can be whatevs. It can be notes, it can be me taping in sticky notes. Like, I feel like there is a space for all of the things that I like. When I'm in the dashboard layout in this current phase of my planning, because I still like the dashboard layout, and I think that it works extremely well when you don't have a whole lot, like maybe you just have home-based things going on in your life. And for those of you who are joining the channel, my husband deployed, and so we moved back home to stay with family, and so with that, I'm not, doing a lot of home-based things like I was originally planning in the beginning of this year. So my priorities definitely changed. The way that I'm planning has shifted slightly. And so this has become, I feel like even though I'm with family, I feel like I have a little bit more responsibility now. And I do, granted, because where it was two people taking care of my son, now it's solely me making sure all of his needs is met. So I feel like my hands are really, really full, and I don't necessarily feel like the dashboard layout is going to help in this season of my life, because there is just not enough space, and I feel like I'd be adding in extra sheets all the time repetitively because of that. So I chose to take this back out and sit it to the side and jump back into the checklist layout. So I went ahead and put this back in, and I haven't set up anything, and I wanted to show you guys how I prep for that. So I am going to be redoing everything. So I have new standards, new goals, new priorities that I want to want to set up for this month. And so I'm going to try to work on getting a lot of that reestablished, because when I set up October originally, I was just kind of moving over things that didn't get done from September, and I have a new mindset of things that I want to get done for October. So I'm going to be redoing this because I feel like this is not as set in stone. Like, I feel like the routines that I laid out are not sitting well, and so I need to reevaluate and redo this. I also have, and I'm shaking my camera so much, I do apologize. I also have my monthly here, which I'm going to need to transfer everything from this to this. And I'm also going to have to update and transfer everything from this tracker to the new habit tracker. Granted, I could take this off, but it's going to kind of bend and maybe tear a little bit from pulling it off. So I'm just going to redo it all together. That way, if I do want to go back to the checklist, or I'm sorry, the dashboard layout, everything is set up, and really all I have to do is just add it back in. But nonetheless, I'm going to be setting up the checklist layout because I feel like that is where my mindset is. So I need this, so I'm just going to sit it to the side. This I kind of added, so this is my workout tracker, and I have been working out consistently. I didn't do it today, so this is going to be grayed out, but I'm trying to track progress and trying to track just how many days I'm working out and all of that stuff. So let's get started, you guys. I do have majority of my 2024 stuff with me already, and I can't wait to share that with you all, because I feel like it will be a shocker to a lot of you. A lot of you will probably be like, what? So yeah, I'm excited to share that with you. and I'll explain a lot of like my reasoning behind some of the things that I chose this year. And I'm planning on doing a series of like, because you guys know I'm more of a functional based planner. I don't usually do a bunch of stickers. I'm not usually the decorator. I do add decorations here and there, but I like what goes on the page versus how it looks most of the time. I mean, I still like it to look neat. I'm not, yeah, I'm not there yet with being totally okay, but as far as like the information, I would rather see that more than anything. So yeah, and you'll also, I'll give a hint. This year, I chose all small things, all portable pocket size things. Primarily because, oh, well, with the exception of one thing is not pocket or A6 or anything like that, but the Happy Planner, the classic we're speaking, it's just so huge. And I love this space because I can spread out and I feel like all my plants get laid out so nicely. But it's just so huge. And then I put it in this zip folio, and I have these 2-inch discs, and I have everything that I like, from my monthly weeklies to notes and dailies and journaling. Like, I have everything in here. So I feel like it is a plethora of everything in my life in one spot, but it's not portable. So this year I need function to be portable. So it needs to be functional and portable. Okay. So first things first, you guys, what I like to do is every month, and I've been kind of doing this. I was kind of somewhat doing this in the Happy Planner, in the Plum Planner, but I'm going to show you guys what I do in the Happy Planner, what I've been liking a lot lately. So I printed out these little sticky notes. They are sticky notes, but I just print them on regular paper. And I like to break down different areas, different things that I like to track and place throughout the month. So I have a monthly habit tracker, which I'm doing this over. So it is going to go on this little get it done half sheet, which will showcase like my workouts, my accomplishments for completing my workouts. Also on the back of these little get it done sheets, the reason why I like these is because I like to create a master monthly to-do list, and I like to break down master or monthly goals. There we go. I like to break down monthly goals, monthly tasks in a way that doesn't feel overwhelming. So if I just dump a bunch of things that I need to get done for the month here, then usually what ends up happening is I'll check this list to see like, okay, what are some of the things for my month that need to be done, and I'll just pull from that. And then as things pop up in my mind, I would just write them down. On the back of this, I kind of do brainstorming of like social media content. So I'm not a full-time YouTuber, obviously, and I don't do Instagram all that much. I mean, I used to do it pretty heavily, but since having my son, it's been kind of hard to do that. But mostly what I like to do is I like to break down some YouTube ideas. And when I do them, when I feel like a fog rather, and I feel like I don't have anything to film, then I'll look at this and I'll say, well, you didn't do this. And then I can check it off. And then I can say, okay, well, this is one that I can do. If I want to update thumbnails or take thumbnail pictures, I can check off those tasks. So that way I'm not double tracking with things that I want to do for my YouTube or Instagram or what have you. And yeah, so this comes in a world of handiness. So basically what I do is I just tape these down, and I just use some double-sided tape, nothing spectacular, nothing fancy. And I think I need to get more of this because I use it so much, like so much. So yeah. Just go ahead and tape this down. Okay. So that is the first thing that I like to do, is I just like to tape down like all the things that I know I'm going to be using for the month. I always have a shopping list of some sort. So every month we go to Sam's Club, even though we are not in Altus, going to Sam's Club right now. In my hometown, I still go to Sam's Club because I get a lot of my son's bulk things, like his diapers, his baby wipes, things that he eats, snacks on. I get all that stuff from Sam's Club, and it just makes life so much easier when I buy in bulk, because then I'm not running back constantly buying these things separately out of, you know, your local grocery store. So every month I make a list of things. I do it weekly too, most of the time when he's running out of smaller things, but primarily monthly. I'll make a master monthly shopping list for my son, speaking because I know he's running out of stuff. This little appointment card I actually have in the dashboard layout. I'm going to put it on the week that I have an appointment coming up, because I have a gyno appointment that is coming up next week. So I'm going to put that down there so I can remember to follow up. And then what I'm thinking to do is washi over the today and use this as a monthly breakdown between my priorities, some extra notes, and or not, maybe I can do it for the maybe I can do it for the week, not the month rather. So covering this up and then breaking down my week between priorities, notes, and then like maybe a weekly master to-do list. So breaking my monthly master to-do list down into a smaller to-do list for each week, because as we know, the weeks do change, and things that you want to get done, those also change too. So it just helps to have like a master to-do list for your month and for your week, so that way you're not overexerting yourself trying to complete all of these tasks. You have a goal, a set goal of things that you want to accomplish from week to week, month to month, day to day. So I like breaking down to-do lists in that form because it helps me just focus on what's more important. So that's my mindset behind list making and things like that. For these, I like to tape them in, and then what I'll do is I'll add like all the things that I track, which are moods and some habits, some personal habits, and then I'll just write the month up there. So I'm gonna go ahead and put my tape on here and then lay this down. And then after I tape these down, I fold them so that they are not in the way of the actual monthly, if that makes sense. And I want to keep it somewhat in that little corner. I don't want it to get too far out. Let me make sure. Yeah, I don't want it to get too far out where it's covering like the actual monthly, like the day. Once it was down, I couldn't move it, so it's whatever. I wanted it to be flush, but whatever. So like you see how it's like covering the actual month. What I like to do is fold it here so that really all I'm seeing now is the actual things that I'm tracking, and then I can open it up and I can track. But that's how I like to do that. So this is basically how I set up for a month. And even if I don't get to filling out everything on camera, I just wanted to show you like some of the things that I like to add into my month and into my weeks to make life easier. So like I said, I have this AM, PM routines. I added this in between the dashboard layout because it made more sense to me. So I'm thinking I'm going to add this here for this week, but I also think that I'm going to cover this. I don't know if I'm going to, maybe I can use, here, I need something that I can break washi tape. Maybe I'll do it off camera so that way it's not like in the way, but I'm thinking maybe to washi tape it. Maybe I can do some kind of decorating, but maybe I'll do that off camera. So yeah, that way I have that, and then I have extra space for notes. This I'm going to add here, and this is basically how I just set up my weeks, really. I don't do anything spectacular. This is just how I set this up. So I actually have an appointment on Tuesday. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to tape it down here over the weekend boxes, because I usually never have nothing going on for the weekend. So I'm going to tape it down here. And I just wanted to give you guys some ideas also as to how to maximize the use of your Happy Planner spreads, how you can functionally use them. I know that people do use their planners very functionally with stickers, and that is still very functional for a lot of people. But if you are looking for a more pen to paper and more so information based, then this is how I do it. I just use things that make planning a little bit easier, like having routines. This is from Jane's Agenda. Let me close that back in. This is from Jane's Agenda, and it was gifted to me from one of you, and I thank you for that. But it was from Jane's Agenda, and it just has AM and PM. This helps a lot so that you don't have to keep repetitively writing the same task. I'm okay with doing that, but a lot of people aren't. So if you are someone like that and you just want to save your space, your weekly, for important things that, you know, pop up during the week, or things that you may not always have going on, but maybe going on during that week, then it's good to leave your monthly blank or your weekly blank for that, and then to have something like this for your reoccurring tasks that you do every week. So I like this for that. It also helps. And then, like I said, I like to add like little trackers and things like this, because they also help a whole lot. And then what I will do is I will make my master monthly, and then I will also map out my YouTube stuff. And this little shopping list will more than likely probably, I'm also thinking to myself as well, maybe I need to add it here, maybe right there, because now that I'm thinking about it, I have so we get paid next week, and I have a couple of things that I need to pick up. So I'm gonna take this down for that week so I don't forget, because whenever we get paid, I try to get my son's stuff like ASAP. So I'm going to tape this down just so I don't forget. And then also what I'm going to do in the middle of this week is add a note page. So this is just some random note paper that I got from Amazon. It is A5 size. So with the classic Happy Planner, I feel like the A5 size fits really nice as a small sheet, but then again, the mini fits really nice between anything. So you can definitely use the mini if you want to stick to all Happy Planner. But I'm going to use this sheet in between. I'm going to use this sheet in between the week just for like an extra notes page to, you know, like in case these days that I covered up the note spot for, in case they need space. I usually write my notes here, but then I find that I actually fill those little spaces up relatively quick. Well, I didn't do it the couple of weeks of September, but I do, like if I have a whole lot going on, oops, I do kind of get through it relatively quick. Or I end up adding stickers and stuff like that. But yes. So you guys, I wanted to show you how I set this up. I wanted to come on and like walk through like the things that I add throughout my planner to make this more functional for me, because like I said, I care about what's being put in it versus all the time how it looks. I mean, I still love the way that it looks, and I like the use of, you know, how it looks, like how used it looks and lived in, and neat. I like my planners to be neat. I like them to look really nice, but I'm more concerned about what I'm using it for, like what's going into it versus what it's looking like, because I don't want to give off the impression that I'm doing this for looks. This is my life, and I try to work really hard in organizing the areas of my life, and so I want to share that with you all. I'm probably going to make a part 2 to this of filling out everything, because I feel like if I keep going that this video is going to be extremely long. So what I'm probably going to do is pre-fill everything and then come back with you guys for a part 2 to this. But yes, you guys, hopefully you guys really enjoyed just understanding some of the elements of my planner, some of the elements and things that I like to add within my planner, and hopefully that gave you guys some great ideas for your happy planner, your plum planner, whatever disc bound or ring bound or book bound system that you're using. You can still apply all of these things that I'm doing to those systems as well. So stay tuned for part 2. And then, yeah, like I said, later this month, I'm going to do my 2024 lineup. I'm going to show you guys all of that stuff. And I'm also going to be trying to do a series of functional planning and multiple systems. I have not forgotten the question that I got in regards to how to fit everything into a pocket Filofax. And I haven't used a Filofax or pocket rings in such a long time, but I have a lot of great ideas and tips and tricks that I use in my current everyday planners that can still apply to those sizes as well. So I think I'm going to be doing a series in regards to pocket planning, pint size planning, because I think that it is not only important to understand that these little planners pack a big punch, because they also have a world of benefits, but I want to show you guys how you can do it more effectively that benefits you and works for your life. So that's going to be a series that I'm going to be working on specifically in pint size planning. So yeah, if you guys have loved my content in the past, hopefully you'll love the content that I have to come. And yeah, I thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll catch you in part 2. Bye guys.